Let's see. And we are live. What is going on out there in the land of the unfree America? Today on April 1st, 2026, President Donald Trump has addressed the nation, and I believe it's going to be in regards to the war that is going on in Iran. I'm not sure exactly all the things he's going to cover. Jungle is Massive is in the room. What's going on, Playboy? Hit the like button on your phone. Double tap on the glass. We're going to get into this. I think the whole thing that we're looking at here, it looks like it's about 26, 27 minutes, something like that. So can you guys hear me okay? Give me a 5x5 if you guys can hear me all right. Let me know if you can hear me okay. PBE86 in the chat. Jody Shiloh, Gloria, what is going on? All right, let's get right into this. I know people will come in, so hopefully people don't miss too much. Maybe I should just sit here and talk for a minute or two. The cool thing is that the feedback I'm getting on the Fifth Amendment auto plaque, the feedback I'm getting from You've Got Bail auto plaque is really going good. So a lot of people are getting this plaque and they love it. So really cool. I'm really stoked. Jake and Bake, what is going on, Playboy? 5x5. I don't see Chevy. Put it in the chat 3 times. Maybe Chevy will show up. All right, let's get right into this. So that way, if someone watches this video later, they can jump into it. And I'm not sitting here talking for 10 minutes before the actual speech begins.
Thank you very much. My fellow Americans, good evening. Let me begin by congratulating the team at NASA and our brave astronauts on the successful launch of Artemis 2. It was quite something. It will be traveling further than any manned rocket has ever flown and will very substantially pass the moon, go around it, and come back home from a distance that has never been done before. It's amazing. They are on the way, and God bless them. These are brave people. We want to God bless those 4 unbelievable astronauts. As we speak this evening, it's been just 1 month since.
So unbelievable astronauts, and you and I pay for that. And I'm as much of a space explorer as anybody else, but I still have this concept of America first, that we should be putting money into Americans right now because our country is in such disarray and it's such a mess.
The United States military began Operation Epic Fury, targeting the world's #1 state sponsor of terror.
Okay, I don't believe that. That's been fed to you by the media. It's been this resounding, continuous that Iran is the state sponsor of terrorism, the #1 state sponsor of terrorism. And I personally don't believe it. I think the #1 terrorist in the world, unfortunately, is us. And I think that Israel is right there, right in the mix. That Israel is, and listen, I love Jewish people. I'm friends with so many Jewish people here in Los Angeles. But I think that we are the #1 sponsor of terrorism. I think that our CIA and Mossad does most of it. Thanks for this super chat. I appreciate it. 1 second, I'll read that.
Iran. In these past 4 weeks, our armed forces have delivered swift, decisive, overwhelming victories on the battlefield. Victories like few people have ever seen before. Tonight, Iran's Navy is gone. Their Air Force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces.
Put a 1 in the chat if you don't believe that. Put a 1 in the chat if you do not believe that. Nobody wins in war. Our guys come home and 22 a day themselves. Nobody wins in war.
Few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before.
That's so preposterous.
Before discussing this current situation. I also want to thank our troops for the masterful job they did in taking the country of Venezuela in a matter of minutes. That hit was quick, lethal, violent, and respected by everyone all over the world.
No, it was not. Put a 1 in the chat if you did not respect the hit in Venezuela. Put a 2 in the chat if you thought the hit in Venezuela was great. Black North.
After rebuilding our military during my first term,
Rebuilding?
we have by far the strongest military anywhere in the world. And now we're working along with Venezuela and are, in a true sense, joint venture partners. We're getting along incredibly well in the production and sale of massive amounts of oil and gas, the second largest reserves on Earth after the United States of America. We're now totally independent of the Middle East, and yet we are there to help. We don't have to be there. We don't need their oil. We don't need anything they have, but we're there to help our allies.
We're there to help our allies. Super chat came in. How could we expect a group of people who don't know the difference between a man and a woman to know the difference between a king and a president? I'm not really sure what that means, dude.
Tonight, I want to provide an update on the tremendous progress our warriors have made in Iran and discuss why Operation Epic Fury is necessary for the safety of America and the security.
It makes America less safe.
Of the free world. From the very first day I announced my campaign for president in 2015, I have vowed that I would never allow Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
So I am 50 years old. I graduated high school in 92. We were told in 92 that Iran was just weeks away from a nuclear bomb.
This fanatical regime has been chanting death to America, death to Israel for 47 years.
There it is right there. Put it in the chat. Our greatest ally. Put it in the chat. Our greatest ally has drug us into a global war quagmire in the Middle East.
Their proxies were behind the murder of 241 Americans in the Marine barracks bombing in Beirut, the slaughter of hundreds of our service members with roadside bombs. They were involved in the attack on the USS Cole, and they carried out the countless other heinous acts, including the just horrible, bloody atrocities of October 7th in Israel.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Our guys are going and fighting for October 7th. Okay, we are not Israel. This is not the United States of Israel.
People have never seen anything like it. This murderous regime also recently killed 45,000 of their own people who were protesting in Iran. 45,000 dead. For these terrorists to have nuclear weapons would be an intolerable threat. The most violent and thuggish regime on earth would be free to carry out their campaigns of terror, coercion, conquest, and mass murder from behind a nuclear shield.
What a liar. What a liar. That he's talking about Israel is what he's talking about. He's not talking about Iran. Who is Iran attacked? They started attacking other Gulf countries because they were being attacked, and they figure it's existential that they'll be completely taken over if they just don't go the absolute lowest level.
We'll never let that happen.
Right. He keeps saying nuclear, but there's no
and
nuclear.
Neither should any of our past presidents. This situation has been going on for 47 years, and
the price of oil
should have
went
been
up by
handled
$5
long
after
before
his
I
speech.
arrived in office. I did many things during my 2 terms in office to stop the quest for nuclear weapons by Iran first, and perhaps most importantly, I killed General Qasem Soleimani in my first term. He was an evil genius, brilliant person, a horrible human being, however, the father of the roadside bomb, and he lived just horrible what he did. Iran would have been perhaps in far better, stronger position. Had he lived, we would have had probably a different conversation tonight. But you know what? We'd still be winning and winning big. And then very importantly.
So let me ask you a question in the chat. Do you feel like you're winning big? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel like you're winning big. Put a 2 in the chat if you do not feel like you're winning big. I know that my numbers and my finances are dramatically down. Put a 1 in the chat if you think you're winning big. Put a 2 in the chat if we are not winning big.
I terminated Barack Hussein Obama's Iran nuclear deal, a disaster. Obama gave them $1.7 billion in cash, green cash. Took it out of banks from Virginia, D.C., and Maryland, all the cash they had. He flew it by airplanes in an attempt to buy their respect and loyalty, but it didn't work. They laughed at our president and went on with their mission to have a nuclear bomb. His Iran deal would have led to a colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran. And
What?
they would have had them.
He took those out 6 weeks ago. You remember when he bombed Iran 6 weeks ago? He took out all those nuclear facilities. He made a speech afterwards and said, we took out their nuclear facilities. They cannot build nukes now for at least the next decade. That's the speech he gave.
Years ago, and they would have used them, would have been a different world.
Oh.
A colossal arsenal of massive nuclear weapons for Iran, and they would have had them years ago, and they would have used them. Would have been a different world.
What?
There would have been no Middle East and no Israel right now, in my opinion, the opinion of a lot of great experts.
There it is. Every time he says Israel, put in the chat, our greatest ally. Every time he says Israel, put in the chat, our greatest ally.
Had I not terminated that terrible deal, and I was so honored to do it. I was so proud to do it. It was so bad right from the beginning.
I got you,
Essentially,
Bruno.
I did what no other president was willing to do. They made mistakes, and I am correcting them. My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons and rejected every attempt at an agreement. For this reason, in June, I ordered a strike on Iran's key nuclear facilities, an Operation Midnight Hammer. Nobody's ever seen anything like it.
Oh, it's the greatest.
Those beautiful B-2 bombers performed magnificently.
Killing people.
We totally obliterated those nuclear sites.
We obliterated
them. The regime then sought to rebuild their nuclear program at a totally different location, making clear.
Oh, so we blew up their nuclear location, but now they're re-engaging and recreating it.
They had no intention of abandoning their pursuit of nuclear weapons. They were also rapidly building a vast stockpile of conventional ballistic missiles and would soon have had missiles that could reach the American homeland, Europe, and virtually any other place on Earth. Iran's strategy was so obvious.
Really?
They wanted to produce as many missiles as possible, and they did, with the longest range possible. And they had some weapons that nobody believed they had. We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for...
Well, if they're completely defanged, then open the Straits of Hormuz. Then open that up. We're good to go, right?
A nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon, a nuclear... We just learned that out. We took them out. We took them all out so that no one would really dare stop them. And their race for a nuclear bomb, a nuclear weapon like nobody's ever seen before. They were right at the doorstep. For years, everyone has said that Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. But in the end, those are just words if you're not willing to take action when the time comes. As I stated in my announcement of Operation Epic Fury, our objectives are very simple and clear. We are systematically dismantling the regime's ability to threaten America or project power outside of their borders. That means eliminating Iran's Navy, which is now absolutely destroyed, hurting their Air Force and their missile program at levels never seen before, and annihilating their defense industrial base. We've done all of it. Their Navy is gone. Their Air Force is gone. Their missiles are just about used up or beaten. Taken together, these actions will cripple Iran military, crush their ability to support terrorist proxies, and deny them the ability to build a nuclear bomb. Our armed forces have been extraordinary. There's never been anything like it militarily. Everyone is talking about it, and tonight I'm pleased to say that these core strategic objectives are nearing completion. As we celebrate this progress, we think especially of the 13 American warriors who have laid down their lives in this fight to prevent our children from ever having to face a nuclear Iran. Twice this past month, I've traveled to Dover Air Force Base, and It's been something. I wanted to be with those heroes as they return to American soil, and I was with them and their families, their parents, their wives, their husbands. We salute them, and now we must honor them by completing the mission for which they gave their lives. And every single one of the people, their loved ones said, "Please, sir, please finish the job." Every one of them. And we are going to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia.
Put it in the chat. Our greatest ally. Every time he says Israel, our greatest ally goes in the chat.
Qatar to finish the job, and we're going to finish it very fast. We're getting very close. I want to thank our allies in the Middle East, Israel, Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, Kuwait, and Bahrain.
Qatar tapped out.
They've been great, and we will not let them get hurt or fail in any way, shape, or form. Many Americans have been concerned to see the recent rise in gasoline prices here at home. This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers in neighboring countries that have nothing to do with the conflict. This is yet more proof that Iran can never be trusted with nuclear weapons. They will use them, and they will use them quickly. It would lead to decades of extortion, economic pain, and instability worse than we can ever imagine. The United States has never been better prepared economically to confront this threat. You all know that. We built the strongest economy in history. We're going through it right now, the strongest in history. In 1 year, we've taken a dead and crippled country. I hate to say that, but we were a dead and crippled country after the last administration and made it the hottest country anywhere in the world by far, with no inflation, record-setting investments coming into the United States, over $18 trillion, and the highest stock market ever, with 53 all-time record highs in just 1 year. It all positioned us to get rid of a cancer that has long since.
It all positioned us to go in more debt for a war that's not ours. Put a 1 in the chat if that is not the hottest. We have lost our way. Put a 2 in the chat if we're the hottest country in the world. 1 in the chat if our country has lost our way because we wanted America first. Put a 2 in the chat if America's thriving by spending another $1 trillion in the Middle East on wars.
It's known as the nuclear Iran, and they didn't know what was coming. They've never imagined it. Remember, because of our Drill Baby Drill program, America has plenty of gas. We have so much gas. Under my leadership, we are #1 producer of oil and gas on the planet, without even discussing the millions of barrels that we're getting from Venezuela.
The best.
Because of the Trump administration's policies, we produce more oil and gas than Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. Think of that, Saudi Arabia and Russia combined. And that number will soon be substantially higher than that. There's no country like us anywhere in the world, and we're in great shape for the future. The United States imports almost no oil through the...
You said you wouldn't take us to war. You said no World War III. You said no regime changes. That's what you said. That's what you said, Trump.
Almost straight, and won't be taking any in the future. We don't need it. We haven't needed it, and we don't need it.
Oh, really?
We've beaten and completely decimated Iran. They are decimated.
Oh, it's
both
over,
militarily and economically and in every other way. And the countries of the world that do receive oil through the Hormuz Strait must take care of that passage. They must cherish it. They must grab it and cherish it. They can do it easily. We will be helpful, but they should take the lead in protecting the oil that they so desperately depend on. So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one.
No, you decapitate Iran, and who takes over the Strait of Hormuz? Who does that? Israel does. That's what happens. That's the whole plan here, for Israel to take over the Strait. That's what is actually going on. That's what Israel wants. They want to take over the Strait of Hormuz. That's what they want. so they can control the entire Middle East and expand Israel into multiple countries where they just take the land.
One, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the Strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing and the gas essentially decimated.
Hold on.
The hard part is done, so it should be easy.
It's going to be easy. Middle East is easy.
And in any event, when this conflict is over, the Strait will open up naturally.
The Strait's going to open up naturally. All of the infrastructure that's been blowed up, it's naturally going to fix itself.
Just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing and the gas prices will rapidly come back down. Stock prices will rapidly go back up. They haven't come down very much, frankly. They came down a little bit, but they've had some very good days over the last couple of days. We've done actually much better than I thought, but we had to take that little journey to Iran to get rid of this horrible threat. With our historic tax cuts, where people are just now talking about receiving larger refunds than they ever thought possible. They are getting so much more money than they thought. That's from the great, big, beautiful bill. Our economy is strong and improving by the day, and it will soon be roaring back like never before. It will top the levels that it was a month ago. I've made clear from the beginning of Operation Epic Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
Thanks, Black
In
North.
the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of...
He campaigned on no regime change and no war.
All of their original leaders,
2 weeks.
They're all dead.
Flatten the curve.
The new group is less radical and much more reasonable. Yet if during this period of time no deal is made, we have our eyes on key targets. If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard and probably simultaneously. We have not hit their oil, even though that's the easiest target of all, because it would not give them even a small chance of survival or rebuilding. But we could hit it, and it would be gone, and there's not a thing they could do about it. They have no anti-aircraft equipment. Their radar is 100% annihilated. We are unstoppable as a military force. The nuclear sites that we obliterated with the B-2 bombers have been hit so hard that it would take months to get near the nuclear dust, and we have it under intense satellite surveillance and control. If we see them make a move, even a move for it, we'll hit them with missiles very hard again. We have all the cards, they have none. It's very important that we keep this conflict in perspective. American involvement in World War I lasted 1 year, 7 months, and 5 days. World War II lasted for 3 years, 8 months, and 25 days. The Korean War lasted for 3 years, 1 month, and 2 days. The Vietnam War lasted for 19 years, 5 months, and 29 days. Iraq went on for 8 years, 8 months, and 28 days. We are in this military operation so powerful, so brilliant, against one of the most powerful countries for 32 days. And the country has been eviscerated and essentially is really no longer a threat. They were the bully of the Middle East, but they're the bully no longer. This is a true investment in your children and your grandchildren's future. The whole world is watching, and they can't leave the power, strength, and brilliance. They just can't believe what they're seeing.
Hey, you guys, don't spam the chat, or the moderators will kick you out. Don't spam. Say what you want to say. You can support Trump, but don't spam it. You know what I mean? Say what you want to say, though. I want to hear what you have to say.
Leave it to your imagination, but they can't believe what they're seeing. The brilliance of the United States military. Tonight, every American can look forward to a day when we are finally free from the wickedness of Iranian aggression and the specter of nuclear blackmail. Because of the actions we have taken, we are on the cusp of ending Iran's sinister threat to America and the world. And I'll tell you, the world is watching. And when we do, when it's all over, the United States will be safer, stronger, more prosperous, and greater than it has ever been before.
It's not true.
May God bless the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much, and good night.
It's not true. So put a 1 in the chat if you think this makes us safer. Put a 2 in the chat if this does not make us safer. Put a 1 in the chat if it makes us safer. Put a 2 in the chat if this does not make us safer. So I'm a 2. I don't think this makes us safer. I think this hurts us. I think this definitely hurts us. I think that we're in big trouble, and I think it's going to get worse and worse and worse. I think that what will happen in this country is going to be, well, we're going to go into more of a recession. We're going to go into more. We're going to go into more debt. Our money is going to be spent on bombs and wars and cops and cages, and that's what's going to happen. And that is what's happening right now. That's what's going on. So it's like I think that we're in big trouble. I think that our country's in big trouble. I think that we've lost our way, and that our country is functioning for a satellite of Israel. That's what I think is happening. You guys are welcome to tell me what you think.
Looked right at us too, right when we passed.
So the cop's going to go 100 miles an hour. Look how fast the cop is going. It's okay for him to go that fast, but not for you. He can drive that fast, but if you drive that fast, you got to go to jail. It's criminal speeding for you, but not for the copper. Not for the copper.
Hi, how are you doing? Good afternoon. You have your license, registration, insurance on? The reason for the stop is your speed.
This is a rental car.
A rental car? Do you have the rental agreement?
I mean, I have it on my
What's that?
I have it on my phone.
Okay, that's fine. I can look at it on your phone. And just your license.
You said I was speeding?
Yeah, you looked right at me in the median over there. Right as you went by, you looked right at me. You're 71 miles an hour, which is kind of excessive.
I mean, how was he doing 100 to catch up? I thought he did 100 miles an hour to catch up.
You're the person that rented the car?
Yes.
I'm just going to zoom in real quick on your rental time date. Cool. Everything okay with your license?
Yeah.
So you're just not aware that you were speeding or no? Yeah, you were moving, man. All right.
I didn't realize that.
Okay, very good. You said everything's good with your license.
Yeah.
All right, let me run and get you out of here. Hang tight. You said I was speeding? I'm like, yeah, you 71 miles an hour, and you looked right at me when you went by.
Well, he was doing 100 to catch up.
He didn't realize he was going that fast. So when you guys hear the
Right, Mike Webb, I totally agree with you, man.
that noise in the background, that's not a feedback. That's actually the audio Doppler on the radar unit. We can lock it so it stops. To get radar, it has to be unlocked. It has to make that noise. That noise is in my back of my head all the time. I have dreams, and that noise is in my dreams. So he's getting a citation for the speed. We're 71, and the speed limit here is 45.
Thanks, Big Daddy. Appreciate that.
Okay, so listen, I am citing you for the speed, all right? You're doing 71. You gotta know you're going that fast, because it's 45 here, okay? The other thing, update your address on your license, okay? I'm not gonna give you a citation for that, but just make sure you do that, okay?
I didn't know I was doing 71.
Well, that'll tell you. If you don't know you're doing 71, that's gonna tell you, I promise you. Yeah. So it's a citation for the speed. Yes. So you have 30 days to take care of it. You can pay for it, go to driving school, take it to court. Whatever you decide to do is up to you. Well, you got to read through it, but since you're here, 281. Okay. Any other questions while I'm here? I understand you didn't realize it, and you didn't, and I get it. But everything in this car will tell you how fast you're going. And if that's not telling you, you should be able to realize it by how fast you're going by everybody else.
I mean, I didn't think I was fast.
Yeah. You were. So, listen, you're good to go. If you don't have any questions for me, that's it. That's your copy. You got to take care of it in 30 days, okay? Have a better night. I want him to make sure that he told me that he didn't realize he was going that fast.
We know how fast the cop was going to catch up, though.
Speedometers will tell you how fast you're going. And plus, he was passing all the other cars. You got to know that you're going that fast.
So was he. It's so funny, right? Listen to him say, you got to know you're going that fast. And then they cut back and you can hear the car. Wah!
How fast you're going. And plus, he was passing all the other cars.
Now listen
you got
to
to know
this.
that you're going that fast. So.
Ready?
Good evening, how are you? What's the rush?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even know.
No, you do not say, I'm sorry, I didn't even know. You pull down your Fifth Amendment auto plaque and you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, as you give the copper your license, registration, and proof of insurance. It's all put together like that. That's how it goes. You see how thick that plaque is? It's made out of acrylic. That's how you do it, just like that. You follow the 11 steps on this plaque. You get it on delete Lawz or you've got bail.
You didn't know?
I didn't.
You know how fast you were going?
No, I haven't.
You're doing 80 miles an hour passing that Sequoia in the middle lane.
Actually,
Yeah, you were doing okay, and then
Now
you
he's
came
apologizing, so they're going to use that in court.
around him and just floored it.
Oh,
So we were
I
sitting
saw
in the
green,
middle.
Yeah.
What's
Sorry
that?
about that. I saw a green because there was a red light and then I saw a green, so that's why I must
Yeah,
have.
but green means you can go through a light, but not at 80 miles an hour.
I didn't realize.
You have the registration insurance?
There's the indoctrination right there. He's a cop. That's what they do.
Let's see if the insurance is in here. You have the insurance card?
Oh, I have no idea.
You don't have any idea what it looks like? So this is a, hang on, let me see that because this is for a handicap placard maybe? Let me see what you got in your hand there.
This right here?
Yeah, I don't need that. You can give that one back. So
I'm very sorry.
I want you to understand something because a lot of times we stop younger people and they don't understand what we're asking for. See how it says registration? This is your registration. This is your insurance, okay? So we ask for your license, registration, insurance. This is what you want to give us, okay?
That's my first time being stopped. So
Well, it's not a very good thing to get stopped doing 80 miles an hour. Everything's okay with
Now he's going to lecture him. You want to get your license, your registration, proof of insurance, get it all in a laminated card. If you don't get a card like this, get a slip. But please have your current proof of insurance and it's not on your phone.
license, no problems, no concerns? All right, I'm going to get you out of here, but 80 is way too fast, okay? So just hang tight. All right. 18 years old. Says he's never been pulled over before. Didn't know what the registration or the insurance looked like. Knew that he could probably find it in the glove box, but didn't know what it looked like.
Right, he has
So
to
I
look
helped him
for
through
it.
that, but this goes back to the previous episodes that we've done.
I got to give you a
It's like,
ticket
you know,
and take your money.
You got to know where all this information is. If you're going to
Got to
drive,
take your money.
you got to know where all this information is. He says he had no clue that he was doing 80 miles an hour. And at 80 on this road, you have to know that. And he actually passed us.
What's up,
He was
Yum?
speeding, but not
Heather.
nowhere near 80. But then he just floored it and went around another car and just took off. So
There is a message for you.
80 and a 45 is a mandatory court appearance. It's an infraction. It's not a misdemeanor or anything like that because it's 30 over. If it was 50 over, it would be the super speeder violation, and that would be a misdemeanor. But this is only an infraction, but because of the speed, it's a mandatory court appearance, which means he needs to show up for
There
court.
is a message for you.
And that's it. So we're going to check his license. Everything checks out with the car. So these types of citations,
Wow.
the court information is to be set. meaning that they will send them a notification in the mail when their court date is. That's why when we...
I mean, you guys hit the like button, double tap on your phone. Just tap right on the phone, hit the like button if you would, please. 500 people. Let's get 100 likes real quick. Hit the subscribe button if you would. Hit the subscribe, hit the like. So this is for educational purposes, so you understand when you get pulled over, you want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right. I make a plaque. That's a brand new one. You got to peel the sticker off when you get it because it's brand new. But this is what happens when you peel the sticker off. You want to invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's what you want to do. You don't want to talk to cops.
Ask them for if their address is accurate on their license. That's the reason, because they're going to send them the court correspondence in the mail. Ultimately, it is their responsibility to make sure that they get the court date. So if they don't see it in a couple
Brown
weeks,
with 5 gifted memberships. Jennifer Hill got one.
I'll give them a website
That's
and a
great.
citation number, and they can
Butch the original.
pull it up manually.
Smoking Joe.
So what I'll end up doing is on the mailer that
Legit
comes with the
trucking.
citation, I'll circle the
Frauditor
website
troll.
and then the citation number on the citation itself. So that
Frauditor troll sitting here watching my live stream, dude. Get a life, dude. Get a life.
they can research the court date. Sometimes the courts are a little bit slower. It takes a little bit of time
Thanks to
before
Nell
the
Brown.
court date populates, but they will send a letter. And if it's been like 3-4 weeks and you haven't seen the letter, usually I'll tell them to go on the website and pull it up. So go have a talk with him real quick.
You just don't want to talk to
All
cops.
right,
It's
so
not
listen,
going to help you.
I am citing you for the speed. It's not a good ticket to get, okay, especially your age. The reason why, hang on to the reason why.
Is it like really bad for me? Like,
Well, speeding in general is bad, because if you hit somebody at 80 miles an hour, and if you hit somebody 80 miles an hour, it can become criminal, which means you can get arrested for it, especially if they get injured, okay? Yeah. 80 is way too fast for pretty much any road on Broward County, okay? So, yeah, it's not a good citation to get, but because of the speed, you have a mandatory court appearance. It means you have to go before the court. Because once you break 30 miles an hour with the speed limit, it's mandatory, okay?
what's the speed limit here?
45. You don't know what the speed limit is? Man, that's the other thing. You're driving, you got to know the speed limit. So you have a car will tell you the speed limit right there.
I mean, take a look at the road. It's a wide open road. Look at the road. There's not a bunch of houses right there. It's way back. There it is. The neighborhoods are back over there. But yet he's still going to give the guy a ticket that's going to cost him hundreds of dollars. And that's what I don't agree with. I just gave out 5 memberships. Welcome new members. Thanks for coming.
GPS will say it, but this car I know specifically will tell you the speed limit. So,
is it like really bad? Like what?
Well, I mean, it's not like you're gonna go to jail for it, but it's definitely not good for your driving record. So,
But, I just want to get like the system. Like what? Like I get this now. Like how does that affect me in the future? Like what?
well, it can affect your insurance rates.
That's right, John.
Yeah. So, but this is what you have to do, okay? So it's a mandatory court appearance. They're going to send you a letter in the mail in a couple weeks. You'll get a letter in the mail with the court date information.
Right.
Either you
PPE.
show up or you can hire a ticket attorney to show up for you. Whichever one you want to do is up to you, but that's pretty much only your 2 options.
It's just revenue collection. They're just taking money
You got to
from
tell your
us.
parents. I mean, I know you're 18, you're an adult, but maybe let them know what's going on so maybe they can kind of give you some guidance on how to handle it. But yeah, you have a mandatory court appearance. Like I said, they'll send you a letter in the mail. If you don't get the letter in the mail in a couple weeks, like let's say the end of the month, if you go on browardclerk.org and type in the citation number, it will tell you the court date, okay? But yeah, so you're almost at what's called a super speeder level, and if you hit super speeder levels, that's a misdemeanor. You go to jail for that. Like right now, like we would take the car and you would go down to county jail. So yeah, you're a young guy, man. Way too young to be going that fast, okay?
That's not true. Someone said that he's learned a valuable lesson. No, he hasn't. It's going to cost him hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. When the cop could pull up next to him, put his lights on and say, dude, you got to slow down. I'm going to be hanging out with you here for the next 5 or 10 minutes as we drive down the road.
I just need a signature statement. You understand that you'll get a letter in the mail and you have to show up for court, okay? It's not a mission of guilt or anything like that. It's just state that you understand what I told you.
When I go to court, what do I do then?
Well, I can't give you legal advice. I can only tell you what you have to do.
But like what happens?
Well, you have a first appearance and they'll ask you how you want to plea or what happened. The judge will ask you any questions that they have, and then if you have a ticket attorney, then they'll deal with it. If you handle it yourself, then you handle it yourself. But either way, one of y'all got to be there, okay? All right? You see your signature?
Right.
On that X right there. I'm going to give you a copy of the citation, and you'll be good to go. Like I said, man, slow down. You're way too fast. You were doing okay up until you decided to whip around that other car and floor it. Okay? All right. Any questions before I leave?
It's all about revenue collection.
It's just like I don't get I
It's
just
all
get the
about
system,
revenue
like,
collection.
I get this.
It's a
like,
way to take your
my
money.
insurance and my parents' insurance goes up.
Well, your parents pay to have you on their policy.
Yeah.
So, like my
So he's a kid. He could have followed him, turned his lights on, and said, I'm going to follow you now for the next 5 or 10 minutes, and you got to slow down. He's a kid, and he whacked him with a huge fine. It's going to jack up his insurance. Parents might not let him drive anymore.
kids, I make them pay their insurance. So even though it's
I get this, like,
Now listen
my
to what he
insurance and
says.
my parents' insurance goes up.
well, your parents pay to have you on their policy.
Yeah.
So like my kids, I make them pay their insurance. So even though it's on my policy, they're slotted to drive this vehicle, and my premium goes up by a certain amount because they're driving. If they get a ticket or they get in an accident and those rates go up, that's on them, not me. So that's something that I make them pay. But I don't know your arrangement with your parents. So, but let them know what happened. That's the best thing I can tell you, and I'm sure they will give you some advice. Okay? I know if my kids got a ticket, obviously I can give them a little bit more advice than maybe your parents, but ask them. Most people down here have probably been had a ticket. So, okay? Other questions? Man, just listen, all I want you to slow down. You got the mall right here. It's really busy.
Yeah.
And just slow down a notch, okay? All right, man, you're good to go.
Well, why couldn't he do that without giving him hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars in fines and insurance raise? Why couldn't he say, hey, slow down, have a nice day, but this is ridiculous, you're driving too fast? Why couldn't he have done that? Kid's never been pulled over before.
That might be a situation of scared straight, because he definitely is very concerned about what's going to happen. He doesn't understand the court system. So I tried my best to let him know what his options are and how to handle it. I can't give legal advice on how he should plead or what's going to happen in trial and so forth. So I told him he's going to have to either talk to his parents, a friend, or hire a ticket attorney or whatever and deal with it. But he definitely seems genuinely concerned about what's going to happen at this point. So hopefully that is a situation of one of those scared straight where he realizes I need to pay attention to my speed and I can't be doing this anymore. His car actually tells you the speed limit on the road. It actually says it on his dashboard. So there really shouldn't be any reason why he doesn't know how fast he's going or what the speed limit is. He did tell me he had no clue what the speed limit was here. I said 80. There's anywhere in Broward County where the speed limit is 80 miles an hour. There's nowhere. So that's that.
Now listen to how he's driving. Listen to that. He can drive that way, but you can't. He can drive like that. He can rev the engine. He can drive 100 miles an hour. But if you go a little over, you need to pay thousands of dollars extra to be able to drive.
37, I'll be out on that rollover. Rescue's going 97 as well. Tango 37, I'll be out on that rollover. Rescue's going 97 as well.
I want to watch a pullover, so let's watch more pullovers. So this guy's driving, looks like is that a Toyota or a Nissan?
Hi, good afternoon, how are you?
Nissan.
You have your license registration insurance on you?
Yeah, boy.
Hey, do you have the registration insurance? Okay, registration.
Look, let me say something. I'm reading some of the comments. Let me say something to you guys, okay? You have been planted in a box. You've been planted in a box that this is the way it's supposed to go. That if you go a little over the speed limit, even if you do double the speed limit, on some of these roads, it's wide open roads. You can see it's wide open. So it's easy to go 20, 30 miles an hour over a speed limit, right? But you've been programmed to believe that if you go over that speed limit, that you should have to pay some guy that's not going to do anything with your money, but abuse it and spend it on bombs, wars, cops, and cages. It's a programming that's happened to you from being born here and seeing the same thing all the time. I'm challenging your thinking. I'm saying to you that you should not have to pay hundreds or thousands of dollars out of your money to the government for going too fast on a road. Now, if you're going way too fast, I think the car should be seized. So I'm not about people getting killed, but you have been planted in a box. And the idea that I'm saying to you now, and a lot of people are saying this in the chat, a speed limit should not mean that it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. If you hurt somebody, if you damage other property, now we get into where it costs you thousands of bucks. If you're driving that way in a school zone, there's kids walking up and down the side of the road, or even adults walking up and down the side of the road. But that's not what's happening here. This is not a place where residents are walking up and down the side of the road. I'm challenging your thinking. and saying to you, yes, I disagree with speeding. I'm for having some level of security enforcement there. But the cop can pull up next to him, roll his window down and say, you're doing 80 in a 45. If I see you doing 80 again, I'm going to impound your car. I mean, we can do all kinds of things. Put a speed tracking device on there, not a GPS tracking, a speed tracking device on there. We can do all kinds of things here. Do you understand that? That's what I'm talking about, challenging your thinking. I want you to, for a moment, even if you disagree with me, accept the fact that you shouldn't have to pay thousands of dollars for speeding. Just accept that fact. Say just for a minute, can you do it? Is it possible? And be like, you know what? I shouldn't have to pay thousands of dollars. I should have to slow down. Cop should be able to pull up next to me and engage with me. But you know as well as I do, when that cop pulls up behind you, you lock out, you get nervous, and the cop comes up, hand on his gun, ready to shoot, another cop at you. Don't move. All of that stuff has got to go. Cop could pull right up next to you. Roll the window down. What, are you going to pull a gun out and start shooting at the cop when he pulls up next to you? That's preposterous. 99.9% of us do not want to shoot a cop. I don't. I've never told anybody to hurt a cop ever. I want you to challenge your own thinking. That's what I'm saying to you.
Insurance good. Your license, just need the insurance card.
I'm sorry?
The insurance card?
Let me see how, let me see how this started real quick, because that's what I want. I want to hear what she says in the beginning.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you? Good. You have your license, registration, insurance on you?
You should have your license, registration, proof of insurance ready to go, like I've created in this laminated card.
Thank you. Do you have the registration insurance?
Here it is, officer. Hope you're having a nice day.
Registration's good. Your license, just need the insurance card.
I'm sorry?
The insurance card?
Can I ask my husband, because this is my husband's car.
It's your husband's car? Yeah, you can, if you don't have the app or have the card with you.
So the registration?
No, the registration's good. Your license is good. I just need the insurance card or proof of insurance. Any reason for the speed today?
24 and clear.
No, not
Okay.
really.
Yeah, we had you on radar 63.
Yeah,
Okay,
I know.
okay. It's 45 here.
I'm fine.
I'm sorry, were you asking one more time?
Insurance.
The insurance, insurance.
Working on this stuff.
I'm reading some of the comments. There's 50,000 tickets a day given. People still speed. That's not what works.
La foto de eso. Pásamelo. He's going to send it to me. He's going to take a picture and send it to me.
Okay, no problem. Well, why wait?
But it's funny because he can look up her insurance on his NCIC computer. You never really have to provide insurance. It's on the computer. He said so himself every time.
On that, I'm just going to run your license, get you out here in a minute. But again, the reason for the stop is just be you're doing 63. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. All right. Give me 1 second. As soon as he gets it on, sends it to you, just hold it out on your phone, and I'll come back and check. Okay. Just hang tight. Well, she knew she was speeding. She said it was her bad. And she doesn't have the insurance on her. She called her husband, who was going to send it. So I told her, as long as she has it by the time I get up there, then I'll deal with it. But I will confirm.
But Tripster, money is not taken from you for public services. Money is taken from you to drop bombs in Iran, to create cages and pay cops.
The insurance here, which it does show it's insured. So I'm just going to see if she got the copy of the insurance when I go back up there. I'm not going to cite her for it. The car is insured, but typically...
Oh, so right there, someone just said, oh, we don't know. He just told you guys exactly what I just said. He found the insurance. Listen to it again. The insurance is on his computer. So the process of you, and I teach you guys to have a copy of your insurance, see where it says your current insurance? This is what I teach, okay? But he can look it up. Thanks, Luis, for the super chat. Right on, man. Love what you do, bro. Thanks for the knowledge. Appreciate you.
Which it does show it's insured. So I'm just going to see if she got the copy of the insurance when I go back up there. I'm not going to cite her for it. The car is insured.
So he already knows the car is insured. Luis Mendoza with a super chat. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if it's preposterous that you have to show your proof of insurance or you can get a ticket, get a fine, or go to jail. Let me ask this trivia question for you. Can you go to jail for not having your proof of insurance card on you, even if he can look it up on the computer? Put a 1 in the chat if you cannot go to jail, if he can see that you have insurance on his computer, but you don't have your card. Put a 2 in the chat if you can go to jail, even if he can look up your insurance, but you don't have your card. 1, if there's no way you can go to jail for not having your card. 2, if you can go to jail for not having your insurance card.
But typically, you know, these are.
Her name is John.
So I'm just going to see if she got the copy of the insurance when I go back up there. I'm not going to cite her for it. The car is insured. But typically, you know, these are
Her name is John.
ticketable offenses. If she was the registered owner of the car, I might be more inclined to write her the citation, but because it's not her car, a little more lenient, especially because it is insured. She just doesn't have the copy.
So can she go to jail for that, for not having the copy? 1, if she cannot go to jail for that. 2, if she can.
Delta 24, 10-7.
Hey, Dana.
Send
Good
that
see
to you? Looks like you got it now. Let me take a look.
That's
Elijah?
from 2025. I'm not.
So this is the correct card. You're good. So this card is 2025. It's good for a year. Okay, so this is good until 2026.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
Okay.
he's trying to enter.
No, he's good. This is the one you want to have, though, okay? All the other ones you can get rid of, okay? I am citing you for the speed, okay? That's my job, is traffic enforcement, okay? So that card that you have right there, the registration and your insurance is what you need when we stop you, okay? So make sure you keep that separate. All that other stuff you can get rid of.
Thank you.
Okay.
So much.
Have you ever had a ticket before? Citation or anything like that?
Never.
Okay. So this is citation for speeding. Okay.
I'm waiting for IntelliChance. IntelliChance. Put a 1 in the chat if you cannot go to jail. If he can find the insurance but you don't have the card, IntelliChance. Put a 2 in the chat if he can take you to jail, even though he knows you have insurance but you don't have your card. I'm waiting for IntelliChance to put it in.
When you read through it, it'll say, how do I take care of my citation? It says option 1, option 2, option 3. There's options in here.
Okay.
Read through it, pick out what's best for you. Just comply within 30 days.
All right.
That's it. You just got to slow down, okay?
All right.
Any
Thank you.
questions?
No.
All right, you're good to go. Drive safe. Yep.
Where's your answer, IntelliChance? Can he take... Now, he's letting her go, but could he have taken her to jail for not having her insurance card? Put a 2 if he could take her to jail. Put a 1 if he could not take her to jail.
37, I'm not eating whiskey.
You got a lot to say, IntelliChance. I'm ready to see if you
All right,
know
so
what I'm
she
talking
did
about.
have the copy actually in the car.
So then she did have the card in the car.
To know what it looked like, so she had it, and it's valid. Regardless, I guess it was the right
No
decision
answer,
to
huh?
give her a warning on it, no matter what, because she had it.
No answer, IntelliChance, huh? No answer. I'm so dumb,
That's it.
but you
Simple.
can't answer a simple question.
67. Now he's slowing down. Oh, he's slowing down.
Here's a big hint. Look what
go
the
see
moderators are putting. The answer is yes. If you don't have your insurance card and he can look up on the computer that you have insurance and he can verify on his computer that you have insurance, but you don't have the magical card in your wallet, you can be taken to jail. 2001 Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. Even a minor infraction in front of a peace officer is arrestable and it does not violate your Fourth Amendment. Did you know that, IntelliChance? I mean, you got so much to say, bro. You're not getting kicked out for being a troll, but you got so much to say. You're not calling names, you're just trolling, but that's fine. You can troll as long as you're not name calling. But IntelliChance, did you know that? Did you know about the 2001 case of Atwater versus City of Lago Vista? That any infraction of the law in front of a peace officer is arrestable and it doesn't violate your rights? Did you know that? That's why I teach
Pull
you.
up to the turn lane, please. Pull up to the turn lane, please.
I don't think you're going to stay.
Pull up
insulting
to the
people,
turn
bro.
lane.
No, I'm
Pull
not a
up to the
sovereign
turn
citizen.
lane.
It's ridiculous.
Hi, how are you?
I don't hear what.
No, it's okay. I was trying to get you to pull into the turn lane, so we were in the middle of the road. But we can talk here real quick. Do you have your license, registration, and insurance, please? Reason for the stop is your speed. I don't know if you were aware of how fast you were going, but I picked you up on radar just behind us at 67. 67.
No, I'm not a sovereign citizen. I'm for the rule of law.
What's that?
I didn't realize.
There's a difference between the rule of law and the spirit of law. There's a difference between the letter of the law and the spirit of the law. The spirit of the law is the most important thing. Now, this guy's speeding. You have to take a look. Is he in a residential neighborhood? House right there. There's a fence right there. Are there people walking up and down the sidewalk? Spirit of the law would say if he's not endangering other people, that you don't ticket him, that you give him a warning. Letter of the law says, oh, you're doing 4 miles an hour over. I get to give you a ticket. There's a difference between spirit of the law and letter of the law. Did you know that, IntelliChance? I'm wondering, did you know that?
I saw all the cars like that.
You were the only car on the road. You were passing you're way ahead of everybody. And just the insurance card. And that's all. Perfect. Thank you so much, sir. Okay.
Right, good ticket salesman.
Everything's okay with your license? No concerns, no issues,
Yeah,
nothing
no,
like that? Okay. So this is what I'm going to have you do, okay? Just so we're out of the road, I'm going to have you pull up here on the left. You don't have to go all the way up to the light, but just off the road to the left, and then I'll come back up and talk to you, okay? I'm going to run your license, and
Right
I'll get you out
on,
of
Jake
here.
and Bake.
Okay? I'll meet you up
Hey,
there.
Jake and Bake, what I'm going to do, buddy, is Jake and Bake just ordered a plaque. Jake, I'm going to throw a couple cop cards in there too. Cop cards are just like the plaque, but they go in your wallet. Yellow cards are for when you're walking. Blue cards are for when you're driving. Jake and Bake, I'm going to throw a couple pair of cop cards in there for you too. Anybody else orders the plaque while we're online here, I'll give you a couple pair of cop cards for free. Get it on DeleteLawz.com. Same as my username. That makes it easier.
There.
Thanks, Jake and Bake. Hope it helps you.
Move up here real quick out of the road so we don't get hit, because we're right around a blind corner. I was trying to get him to move up and out of the way.
Oh, that's so funny.
But he said he couldn't hear, I guess, the road noise.
That's so funny. Hey, can someone in the chat tell Chille Chance that you don't have to be doing anything wrong? You can just get arrested for doing nothing. I've covered thousands of videos on this channel. Can the mods tell them we've seen thousands of people get arrested for nothing? So you'll back the blue till it happens to you, buddy, and then you'll be like, oh, where was that channel I was watching?
But he had no idea he was going 6, 7?
2 miles an hour over Donnell Brown?
6, 7-ish. 6, 7.
Wow.
He had no idea he was going that fast. He said, I was keeping up with the rest of the cars. I'm the only car on the road, sir. I don't know what cars he was keeping up with.
Okay, so right there in Chille Chance, he was the only car on the road. So then why are you giving him a ticket? He's not endangering anybody else. There's no people walking up and down the sidewalks right there. Why are you giving him a ticket if there's no, he said there's no other cars on the road.
6, 7 is like a trending thing. Every time I say that, my son starts giggling. Everything's good with his license. He had his registration, his insurance.
He said it. He said there was no.
I'm cool with that.
There was no other cars on the road. That's what he said. And he still gave him a huge ticket that cost the guy thousands of bucks.
Okay, sir, so listen, I am issuing a citation for the speed, okay? That's what I do as traffic enforcement, okay? So when people are speeding, I write tickets. Have you ever had a ticket before?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what he thinks his job is. Your job is public safety, to keep the public safe. It's not to write tickets. And listen to him say it again so surely.
Okay, sir, so listen, I am issuing a citation for the speed, okay? That's what I do as traffic enforcement, okay? So when people
That's
are speeding,
what I do is I give you tickets for the state. He's a revenue
I write
collector.
tickets. Have you ever had a ticket before?
Right,
Ever?
John Q. Public.
I didn't know.
Yeah, like years ago.
Okay, do you know how to take care of it? You want me to explain anything to you?
Yeah, you can explain it, yeah.
Okay, so this is a citation for 67 and a 45. It's 22 miles an hour with the speed limit. You have 30 days to take care of it. Inside this mailer that I'm going to give you over here, which says, how do I take care of my citation? There's options. Read through the options, pick out which one is best for you, and then just go ahead and follow the instructions on there. You just got to do it in 30 days, okay?
Okay.
Questions
You're
for
a
me?
statist.
It's where you're going safely, and just slow down, okay?
You are a statist, bro. You are for the state, for the government. You are just, that's the way you are, bro.
Not a recording.
It's perfectly fine. That's how you are, dude. I get it.
No issues, he understood. He said it's been several years since he's had a citation, but he understood the reason and how to take care of it. So briefly explain how to take care of it.
So he absolves himself of any sort of feelings of guilt for totally wrecking a dude.
But he said he kind of had an idea. So that's it. Might have to make a 3-point turn on this one. Nope.
I got raided by gun and gang. Now he can drive like that, but you can't.
Another 6, 7.
So he's doing 90, 100 miles an hour to catch up. He can do it because he's a better driver than you. Right, Doug?
Hi, good evening. How are you? Your license, registration, insurance on you? Reason for the stop is your speed, okay?
And I've got it.
Sorry?
What was I going?
6, 7, 67.
So that's the wrong way to do it. This pullover is done completely wrong. You do not do that. You have your stuff ready to go, license, registration, and then you invoke the fifth. And you say, respectfully, officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right.
Hi, good evening. How are you? Your license, registration, insurance on you?
Here it is.
Reason for the stop is your speed, okay?
Here's all my stuff.
Sorry?
No, right there. Respectfully, officer, I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent right here. I invoke the fifth. I'm sure you understand, officer. Thank you. That's how you do it. And you hold the plaque in your hand because it's this nice, solid thing that goes in your hand. Every time the cop asks you another question, you just go, After you said it once, you don't have to say it again. I invoke the 5th every time.
What was I going?
67.
Perfect.
Whatst that?
You said perfect to me.
Go out and come back in, James
Is that
Swanson.
what that is? Do you have the registration insurance?
Mute.
No.
Here,
So
mute
I've
yourself.
I have a screenshot proving that I paid for it. I'm waiting for it in the mail. I've sent a decal replacement already in the mail to the DMV, and I haven't gotten it yet. So.
You haven't gotten the replacement for what? The decal? Okay. But you've paid for it?
I paid for it.
They just haven't sent it.
They haven't
Okay,
sent
so as long as the state has a copy of it and shows that you paid for
I have a screenshot showing that my expiration is 2026.
it, yeah, it'll show up on our end too. If you just haven't gotten the decal in the mail yet, completely understandable. What about the insurance card?
Yeah.
Any reason for the speed tonight, or just
No.
Okay.
I just picked up my daughter, and we're
Okay.
just like.
67 is a little too fast for this road?
I'm sorry.
Go back to that other screen you were on. Should be
So
view ID. There you go.
frustrating.
Boom. And let me just check the date. Okay, you're good for a year. Okay, everything's okay with your license. No problems, no concerns.
No problems, no concerns
All right.
as far as I'm aware.
Well, I still got to run it, so don't take it back just yet. Give me 1 second, get you out of here. Hang tight.
Okay, so now let's see what he's going to say. Is he going to ticket her? You think he's going to ticket her? I've never seen him not give a ticket. I've never seen him give a warning, and we've watched, 7 of his videos now?
She had no idea how fast she was going. Not a clue. She goes, how fast was I going? I said 6'7". She says,
Why is she talking?
fantastic. So let's see.
Why is she talking?
Okay.
You never talk.
So she told me up there
it's
that
on
her
the plaque.
license decal is expired on the car, but she had requested, she had updated and got a new one. They just hadn't sent it to her yet. But when I run her tag, it did confirm what she told me. So it does expire next year. So the decal is good. She just hasn't gotten it in the mail yet. So, and she did have proof of insurance on her phone, and her license is good. There's no issues with her license, but she's doing 67 miles an hour. She's got a little one in the back seat too. A little too fast for this road to be going 67, especially you got the little one in the back.
Oh, right. Because you could never do 67 in a car and have a little one in the back seat. If you are doing 67 and you have a child in the back, they should take your child, is what should happen. They should definitely call Division of Family Youth Services and confiscate her kid. She's doing 67.
She's going to get a citation for the speed.
Russell Scarborough. And listen, IntelliChance, I never said don't be polite. I said, respectfully, officer, I invoke the 5th right there. Then that's the last thing he's going to hear from you unless you don't have your stuff put together. Oh, yeah, CBC, he would.
Okay, so listen, I'm citing for the speed. That's my job, okay? You're doing 22 over. Okay, do you have...
And there's like the validation. I'm doing my job. I'm going to cite you for the speed because I'm doing my job. It doesn't matter if it is so frustrating listening to this because your job is not to give people tickets. Your job is to help people and protect people. That's your job.
How to take care of you? Want me to explain anything to you? Okay, you're good to go. Just slow down, drive safe, and that's it. If you don't have any questions for me, you're good, okay? All right, no problem.
35.
She knew how to take care of it.
What a load. What a load. I mean, I like the channel because I like the channel because I like the cop as far as a personality. He's got a nice personality, but he so easily just dismisses that he's really ripping people off and giving them tickets when there's no other car around. And take a look at this. Look how wide open these roads are. Look how wide open that is. And you're going to sit there and give people tickets when a wide open road like that. And I'm not for driving like a maniac. I think your car should be taken if you drive like a maniac. It should be seized. But look, let me show it again. In case the people who lick boots are not paying attention, there's no other car around. There's a motorhome passing right here. Now watch this. 5, 2, there's one car. There's another car. It's so, and now he's going to drive 100 to catch up. Oh yeah. So you know, Hell Tantrum Bolt, someone earlier called me a felon. Well, I have a gun right here and I carry a gun. So how could I be a felon if I carry a gun and I got a gun right there? How could I be a felon? I'm definitely a target of the police. You guys have seen that. They put me in jail for nothing. So If I'm a felon, how do I have a gun? Moron. I'm more irritated with people just accepting the status quo. I do not accept the status quo.
Hi, how are you? Can I give you license registration? What's the rush? What's the rush?
I'm sorry, no English.
You don't speak any English?
No, little bit.
Un poquito?
I'm going to have the plaque in Spanish. The plaque is coming in Spanish. I got to move a few of these in inventory first, and the next round I got a Spanish plaque coming out as well.
Okay, your speed. Going too fast. Más rápido? Rápido.
His Spanish is as good as mine.
Seis y siete. Yeah, too fast. Here is 40. 40, okay?
That's what I sound like.
All right.
All right, un momento. Is the license is bueno?
Yeah.
It's good? Okay, un momento.
Right, Kevin?
Work on my Spanish a little more. I forgot
Me too,
how to
buddy.
say 67 in Spanish, so I think I got it right though. Seis y siete.
76.
He speaks a little bit English,
76.
but he's doing 67. He's got the wrong address on his license, too.
He's a bootlicker for sure, bro. It's cool,
So,
Intelli.
here the speed limit's
Hey, but listen, let's give it up to IntelliChance for this. He completely disagrees with us. He completely disagrees with me. He's not called me any names. Hasn't called me stupid. Hasn't said you're an asshole. Thank you, IntelliChance, for the conversation. I appreciate it, man.
40. So he's doing 67, which is 27 miles an hour of the speed limit. It's a little too fast for this road. On a good note, he had everything ready for me when I walked up. License, registration, insurance, ready to rock.
IntelliChance,
So his license
I
is
hate to
good.
hope it happens to you, but
Insurance
if it does,
is
call
good.
me.
And
If
his
it does happen to you,
registration is good.
IntelliChance, call me, bro.
His speed is not good. Well, sometimes if there's a language barrier, what I'll do is I'll do a translate on the computer, and I'll type in what he was doing and the reason why he's getting a citation.
Getting a citation so you can
I'll
take
translate
money
it to
for the
Spanish.
state. That's why.
I'll print it out.
Oh, no chance. Oh, no. IntelliChance said the plaque proves nothing. The plaque is a guide that you hold in your hand. The plaque is thick. It's the same material that they put in banks to stop bullets. It's not thick enough to stop a bullet, but it's not going to break on you just by having it. Do you see what I'm saying? And the plaque, you follow a 11-step methodology so that you don't get put in jail. Because if you don't do the verbal gymnastics correctly, you could get arrested or get more fines, fees, and tickets.
And read it and understand how to take care of it.
I agree, John Public. Oh, Danelle, we're the minority. The people who want their money in their wallet. Here's the crazy part for me. We, the people who are the moderators who come to this channel all the time, we're the minority that want to keep our money. That say, I shouldn't have to give the state money unless I've hurt somebody or caused property damage or done something that is put a gun to somebody's head, which causes intentional infliction of emotional distress. We're the minority. Most of the people in the chat believe that if you speed, they should get to take your money. And I want to challenge that idea in your mind if you believe that.
You read Spanish, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want my money. I want to keep my money, even if I was
Okay.
speeding.
Just gotta slow down, okay? This is your information back, your license. Yeah. This is one citation and how to take care of it, okay?
All right.
You gotta slow down, okay?
Thank you.
Any questions?
No problem.
Okay, all right.
Sorry.
Have a good night.
Nobody's gone 100 miles an hour, and we've watched 10 pullovers, and no one's gone 100 miles an hour except for the cop.
Northwest Alpha 100111.
All right, so I gave him a sheet of paper, and he read over it and acknowledged that he understood. I asked if he had any questions. He said, nope, he's good.
Hold on, take a look, everybody. Take a look. It's a wide open road. There's not very many people on it. It's straight. It's wide open. Easy to speed. Your car does 110 easy. Easy to go from 45 to 65 or 70. Am I wrong? Put a 1 in the chat if that's a fact. Look at that road, wide open and straight. Really easy to go 30 miles an hour over. Easy, especially if you're in a hurry. Look at that, straight away. Nobody's on the side of the road, no houses, no kids, no cars.
Can you pull up, please?
Unit 2 advised 4200 Hyden.
Move your vehicle forward, please. So
I don't
can
want
get
my
out of
money
the road.
taken.
There you
Forgive
go.
me. Forgive me for not wanting my money taken out of my wallet. Sorry.
RCC still on this there? We're here.
Should the cop pull up next to you and warn you, hell tantrum bowl? Yes, he should. Should he pull you over with his gun on his hand? Look at this, the lights, all this shit. This should not happen to us. No, it's just an acrylic. It's an acrylic plat. It doesn't come in the...
Hello, how are you?
If you're naughty, you could use it as a little paddle as well. If you're really bad, you can use it for all kinds of stuff.
Listen, so you're going a little too fast, okay? That's the reason why I stopped you, okay? You're doing 62, you slow down about 60 right before I made the U-turn to come at you, all right? You have your registration, your license, and your insurance, please? Thank you.
Exactly, Kevin.
All right.
So he's on the right
Yeah,
side
just
of
your
the car
insurance
here.
if you have
See
it,
him over.
please. And again, the reason for the stop is your speed, okay? Going
And
a
look how
little too
much
fast.
space. Look how much space is on the side of the road. You got a 15-foot easement there. 15 foot.
Everything's okay with your license?
Yeah,
All right. Any reason for the speed, or you're just not paying attention?
I'm cramping. So
Oh, no. Respectfully, officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I got this on Delete Lawz, and he taught me to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Respectfully, officer, you going to support my constitutional rights and my right to remain silent and not ask me any more questions? And that's if you're sober and perfect and you have all your stuff put together. Do not talk. Don't say I'm cramping.
Up your speed, okay? Going a little too fast. Everything's okay with your license?
yeah,
All right. Any reason for the speed, or you're just not paying attention?
I'm cramping. So
Oh.
I'm gonna go home.
All right.
Now you go to court and you say, were you speeding? And the judge says, you admitted it on camera that you were cramping and you were in a hurry and you were driving erratically. PBE 86, Chevy dog, Cope doggy dog.
I confirmed at 9. I'm showing it on a...
Well, I will try to get you out of here as fast as I can, but...
Right, and Doug pointed out there was a red light just 100 yards up the street. So she would have had to stop anyway.
You gotta slow down, okay? You're doing 20, well, you were doing 22 miles an hour over.
20 miles an hour over in a 45 mile an hour zone is really easy to do.
But when I made the U-turn, you slowed down to 20 over.
Copy. I'm confirmed signal 9 on the flight keys.
You logged in yet?
No, it's not letting me log.
Hey, try to get your app uploaded to get it going. I'll check
And
it
now
out.
she's looking for her insurance on an app when he can look it up on the computer. So she's scrambling when he can just look it up. Have your current insurance on a card laminated along with a picture of your ID front and back. Even if you're a must give your ID state, still have a copy of that.
On my end, but you're supposed to have proof on demand, it's called, just ready to go.
Do I
If you
still
want,
like
what I
ice?
would recommend
I
is
never
that when you
liked
do
ice.
get it up, screenshot it and just save it to your camera roll, so that way at least you have it in case you get stopped again.
He's saying the same thing I am, but don't put it on your camera. Have an actual copy of it on you.
But I'll run it on my end as well, okay? As long as everything checks out with your insurance, then we won't have to worry about that, all right? Just hang tight, okay? I'll get you out of here.
So he can look up her insurance. She doesn't need the card. She doesn't need a card.
She is cramping, so she's in a rush to get home.
Listen, I never said don't be polite.
Problems.
I never said, hey, F you pig, I invoke my fifth. I said, respectfully, officer, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. I got it on Delete Lawz, and I'm just following my rights. That's it.
Insurance, but she's working on that, so I will pull it up on my end.
What location was that?
I know the question will probably get posed about why can't we just run people's insurance on here and see on here. It's not always instantaneous what the current insurance that they have on the vehicle versus what shows up on here, so I think state law requires them to have proof of it.
Oh, see, right there, he just said, it's the law, so that's the way it is. And listen, and there's IntelliChance, the statist copsucker. I know you love the cops. My invoking constitutional rights like a smartass. It's not a smartass. If the cop understands, these are my constitutional rights, officer. I never said be a dick about it.
And I mentioned before that if
Blacks for ice.
computers are down for whatever reason, we're handling a traffic crash, they're supposed to have a copy of it with them, so. When she was coming up at 62, and right as she got close to us, she slowed down a hair to 60. As far as the brackets go for speeding, whether it was 20 or 22 over isn't going to make a difference. It's still the same fine and same penalties.
How old are my videos, IntelliChance? You haven't seen me do that recently.
So, well, this is printing. When we originally stopped her, we're on a 2-lane road going southbound, and she stopped in the turn lane, rightfully so. But she stopped at the beginning of the right turn lane and didn't leave any room for me. So I was on my PA telling her, move up on the turn lane so I can get off the road and get behind her.
Oh, wow.
That's good talk.
IntelliChance hates ice. Wow, that's a shock, dude. So I take it back, IntelliChance. You're not as much of a statist as I thought you were. I take it back. He's not a total statist.
Okay, so I am citing you for the speed. Your insurance?
Of course
I was
you
able
are.
to pull up, but yeah, I don't think it was with. It's with a different company now, right? That's probably why you couldn't log in. So just make sure you have it. I'm not citing you for that, but I did check it on my end.
Hell.
Just have it readily accessible for us. Have you ever had a moving violation before? No? Do you want me to explain it, or you want to go? I can explain it to you, or you can read through it on your own. Whatever one you want to do is up to you. I'm sorry? Sure. Hang on to your registration and your license. And
She asked for the cop splaining, folks. She said, explain it to me.
I'll explain this to you real quick, okay? So this
Rat
is a
Boy
citation
Ninja.
for speeding.
See you, buddy.
Wrote you for 60 and a 40. It's 20 miles an hour the speed limit. Inside this pink mailer, if you flip it over, it says, how do I take care of my citation? It says option 1. There's a whole bunch of options in here. You just got to read through and pick an option. I won't go through every single option, but essentially it's pay for it, go to driving school, take it to court. Whatever you want to do is up to you. You just got to do it within 30 days. Questions for me? All right, you're good to go. Just slow down a bit, okay? Because you're doing 20 over, all right? Have a better night.
Have a better night now that I took thousands of dollars out of your wallet. I took thousands
Looks like
of
she's
dollars.
having a rough night to begin with.
Isn't this the one that said she had cramps? It looks like she's having a rough night. So why didn't you cut her some slack and give her a warning?
Wanted to be explained everything, so I gave her a brief.
No, Kevin, you're not. Listen to me. Anybody like Kevin who calls for the government to cut our fundamental amended rights, you do not want any of your natural rights to be amended or taken away from you.
Synopsis of what to do with the citation or what our options were.
I'm for law and order all the way, dude. I'm for law and order all the way.
And should back this up. So when I first stopped her, she was having a problem logging in to get her insurance information. And when I ran it on here, it showed a different insurance company. So probably why she couldn't log in. But we were able to, when I walked back up there, she had the proof of the new insurance card on there. And like I said, I just told her to screenshot it and save it in her camera roll so that she ever gets stopped again, that she has it readily accessible. And that's it.
Nice dude as far as like a personality, but he literally believes that it's his job to give people tickets, charge them money. It's just, I'm trying to challenge your thinking. I'm trying to get you to understand that just because there's something, a law is created, does not mean that you should have your money taken from you. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be stopped or even talked to or given a warning to, but the situation matters. If it's a wide open road, there's nobody around, and it's easy to hit the pedal a little harder because there's nobody around and there's great big clearings on the side. If you're driving that way through a residential area and there's kids playing on the side of the road, I go further than just giving a ticket. Take the car because you're a danger to society, and then you got to pay a fee to get the car out. But the idea that you should just take thousands and thousands of dollars from people because they're going too fast on a road and they didn't pose a danger to anybody else. People who are weaving out of traffic, doing 70 in a 25-mile-an-hour zone, I understand that. But I want to challenge your thinking a little bit and say to you that your money should not be taken from you because they wrote a code, a statute, or an ordinance. That should not happen. You can get my plaque on DeleteLawz.com, just like the name of this channel, Delete Lawz with a Z, or you can go to you'veGotBail.ai, which is coming out. You'veGotBail.ai. It is coming out. We're going to get people out of jail. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I wish I could stay, but I've been on the live here for hours and hours. I have to continue to go live for a while to try to get the algorithm back. Thank you guys for coming. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you would. Even if we don't agree, I still want you to come. I still want to, especially like look at Kevin Love. Guy loves ice, right? Nobody kicked him out. because he's not calling names. He's just stating his position. So I appreciate your support. Thanks for coming by. Really appreciate it. Listen, I got to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Get your Fifth Amendment plaque. Get the plaque. It is badass. Look how thick that thing is. It is really badass. I appreciate you guys coming. All my Team DLZ members, I love you guys, man. Thanks so much. Black North, it was good to see you again. I didn't see Mikey, but I saw a lot of other people. I'll see you on the next one. Later, Gators.